big things have small beginnings. Some robot in space and your ex-girlfriend. This world can hold many surprises. For this young iguanodon is about to get one. A young Suchomimus, hungry and ready for a meal. Both are small, but both are also deadly. One single misstep could spell the end for both of them. A breathtaking ballet of life and death. The young iguanodon with 2 left feet botched the dance. It has been several months and our young Suchomimus has grown. He's out looking for a lake to call his own. This lake teems with vibrant life. From fish and turtles to larger creatures. Spinosaurus. This mighty beast reigns supreme over the lake, unrivaled by any other creature. He presides over this lake with an iron grip, ruling with relentless power and authority. Our Suchomimus chooses to leave, but he will be back. Several days have passed, and our Suchomimus still stays in the area. He just does his best to avoid the Spino. Amidst these times, he gets mesmerized by the tapestry of the world that surrounds him. When the Spino isn't around, he is the largest animal at the lake, and he shows off that size to all of the smaller creatures. He disregards the presence of smaller creatures on a regular basis. He yearns for bigger game to stalk and conquer. The lake is met by a mighty visitor. Stegosaurus. These large lumbering herbivores are rarely messed with, and that is for a good reason. Thagomizers, as long as your arm sits at the end of their tails. Only the biggest of the bad tango with them. That doesn't stop some from trying. Cunning ambush on the Stegosaurus when it least expects it, leaving it vulnerable. Doesn't mean he will go down easy. Now on the defensive, our Suchomimus has to work for his food. tries his best to beat the Stegosaurus's nerves and scare it. It won't budge and stands its ground. Getting impatient, he runs in recklessly. Massive claws, powered by huge arms, cut deep into the Stegosaurus. 3-foot spikes clearly hurt more. Deep wounds align the sides of his body. He ends his hunt. The Stegosaurus gives him some words of wisdom as he leaves. Yeah, he gets the point. He retreats to the other side of the lake to nurse his wounds and rest to regain his energy. But there is always someone who is out to get him. The little birds are just pests to him at this point. He heals his wounds for some time before he leaves and heads south. While he is down south, he bumps into a young Spino. It may be young, but it is still deadly. A confrontation is unavoidable. The Spino lands several bites on him, leaving deep and lasting wounds. Yet his opponent isn't done yet. A pursuit ensues. Our Sucho must act fast if he wants to survive this encounter. He brings the fight onto land where he has an advantage. Longer legs allow him to run circles around his pursuer. Cuts his losses while he can and escapes from the fight. His opponent isn't happy about that. He flees to the north. He enters a new environment that he has never experienced before. A place full of life and growth. And for our male, he isn't the only one that is enjoying the area. The vast open plains are a source of stability for all forms of life. Animals of different shapes and sizes call these plains home. From the biggest things to ever live to the weird and wonderful. Animals from all over are drawn to these plains because of all the growth and abundance of life. Some are only drawn here because of the high abundance of life. All the life can be sustained here because of the lush vegetation. But there is only one way to keep the vegetation sustained. Rain, lots and lots of rain. Still many creatures stay out in the rain. Those few are what our male will prey upon. Successful kill. A good hunt always leaves a scar or two. Still, some wish to add more to it. One powerful stomp and the foolish baby is dead. But others don't want him but what he has. This oviraptor challenges him for his food. In his weakened state, stealing his food should be easy. Claws and beaks are out and ready for a battle. Clear display that he is not messing around. Leave or fight. Clear and simple. Our male, too injured to fight, retreats from the area. He gives up his meal in order to keep his life. Small pterosaur tries to finish him off. He quickly shows it that he won't go down so easy. Tired and weak, he leaves as fast as his legs can carry him. He follows the river downstream and ends up in a new area. He explores the new lands. He still sticks close to the water. he has one big reason to stay close to the water. His presence angers some of the locals. And they don't get any angrier than this one. An adult male Giganotosaurus. He has a baby nearby, so he is hyper-aggressive to any and all things that can be a threat. And our male just handed him another reason to stoke the fires of his anger. Prolonged duration of the battle, they both risk of sustaining serious injuries. But both of these formidable predators steadfastly refuse to back down. The Giganotosaurus's teeth rip our male's skin apart, showing deep scars. Our male's claws do deep lacerations to his opponent. One bite and that's all it took. Our male has to stop or risk dying. The deep lacerations all along his body show how hurt he is. He backs out of the fight. His injuries are too much for him to continue. He is lucky to have survived. Gigas are known for chasing and bleeding out their prey. His body is now covered in scars. He will heal from this battle, but lucky to have survived. The Giga, on the other hand, is barely hurt from this altercation. It's been a few weeks and our male has moved north into a lake. He has staked his claim on the lake, ruling it with an iron grip. Chasing a young Giganotosaurus out of his lake is just normal. But there are other larger threats that infest his home. The next morning, one of these threats happens to walk past him. A subadult Deinosuchus. Out of the water, it is an easy target. Even though it is young, it still has one of the strongest bites of any animal. It is not scared to use it. A male needs to watch himself. One trip, and that bite can end everything. Tough armor of his opponent is strong, but his claws are stronger and he uses them to maximum effectiveness. Finally, after an intense battle, the croc is dead. One less problem in his lake. Our male, having claimed and defended his home from threats, he rests. He is the prince of the Waterways, but king in this lake. As a king, he slumbers. His sole duty now is to seek out his queen.